So I'm a member of Generation X, born in the 70s, started surfing in the 80s, and back then we did not have any surf forecasting apps like you do today. Back then, you drove down to the beach, you watched the local on the 8s, and if you were lucky, you had a Radio Shack weather radio with a robot looping voice that you could maybe get a 2-day forecast out of. But today we have multiple surf forecasting apps to choose from, which claim to give you a 16-day forecast. And to me, they are a blessing and a curse. On one hand, they do give you a general idea of when there's going to be some waves in the next 5 to 7 days or so, and you can kind of plan your week around it, get things done around the house, at work, whatever you need to do. But on the other hand, they give you these crazy 2-week out forecasts that just never seem to hold up. And even in the short term, they give you these wind forecasts of when they say the wind is going to shift offshore or get good. And sometimes they're right and sometimes they're wrong, but they do create these expectations. So the two surf apps I generally look at are Surf Captain and Surfline. And some days I even find myself looking at both apps, and then whichever one shows the better forecast, I end up sticking with that one and then watching it for the rest of the time. Now don't get me wrong, I love going surfing any day with my friends and just going out and catching some waves. But for the swell we had today, Surfline was way off on their wind prediction. They were showing the wind switching around 10, 11 o'clock in the morning and then staying like really nice and clean for the rest of the day. And that just was not the case. Had these visions in my head of making this great epic video with head-high surf and barrels and dudes getting all kinds of great rides. And that's the end of my rant complaining about surf forecasting apps. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that we do have them, but sometimes I just kind of miss them good old days where you really didn't know anything in advance. You just went down to the beach, and if it looked good, you went surfing. Now, all hope was not lost. We did manage to go out there and catch a few waves, and at one spot there were some guys catching some real sick ones, and I did get some footage of that, which you'll see later on in the video. But before we get started on that, I'd just like to give a huge thanks to everybody that continuously watches the videos. I'd like to give a shout out to the guys from St. George Island that I met at the beach the other day. Good to see y'all, nice to meet you. And let's get on with the rest of the video. Here's how today went down. Good morning and Happy New Year. I hope that everybody had a good holiday season. Hope everybody has a couple goals for the upcoming year. I've got a couple myself. Anyway, there was a huge storm last night which jacked the surf up, and now the storm is gone. Got nice blue skies, sun's out, and the wind has just now started shifting offshore. As you can see on the cams here, it's still a little messy, but with the north wind kicked in, it should be cleaning up here soon. Ryan is on his way to come get me. We're gonna head over, see what's going on, and get some waves today. So what's going on, big dog?
What's happening?
All right, man.
So to the right, it looks like it's been the most consistent, but it's all really mushy. I don't know if you can even tell from the video. It might be too far away. It's all kind of mushy. And it's not really barreling or anything. They're shorter rides, but I mean, there's not much for chop out there. It looks fairly clean.
Okay. Text me what it looks like at the pier.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, cool, man. Thanks.
You bet.
It's the claim, man.
It's the claim. The sun's out, it's warm, and there's waves.
What up, brah?
Bro.
There he is.
What up, man?
I'm getting psyched up with that song. You know that song? Man.
Yeah. out there, gave it a shot, caught a few waves. I think Eric was got first place on that session. But I don't know, a few peaks. Just
That was a generous call.
Just kind of funky, and it was looking better at the last place we checked. So we're gonna cut our losses and head on down there. But it's definitely not looking as good as it was when we were here before, but I don't know, I am determined to catch a fun wave today. Yeah!
Out there.
All right, later.
Get a couple.
Yes, sir. Well, that was my good wave. I'm going in. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly out there. This is one of those times where all the surf forecasts were wrong. So I don't know. It is what it is. Made the most of it. Caught a couple. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. And I don't know, it looks like we got a lot more waves on the way, so we'll probably be out there surfing again soon. See ya. There you go. Yeah. So I know you can't tell because it's dark and it's midnight, but the wind finally shifted offshore and the surf is absolutely firing.